Okay, uh, this is sort of my occasional rant when I kind of do something about product dissatisfaction. Okay, here's my question: Is okay? Autodesk Maya is $3,000. Okay, they did a good thing when they got rid of the older version, the higher version, which is $7,000, and then they had a complete version, which is $3,000, and they got rid of that complete version, and they added a couple of programs. So it's a real good purchase. But my question is that Apple was late on Snow Leopard. So when Autodesk was making Maya versions of 64-bit Maya versions, which would allow you to address the full amount of memory. So like I have like 11 gigs on my computer. Okay, Maya could address those. So if I'm working with very huge files, I could, Maya at 64-bit on a Windows machine would be a better machine than on Macintosh, because Maya on Macintosh still doesn't have a 64-bit Maya version. So my question is since that's more functionality to the Windows version of Maya, so you're literally getting more bang for your buck because you can address your memory. It's more functional in that way. Technically speaking, and that's how I deal with a lot of things, and why I have to weigh a lot of things. It's not personal; it's just technical, And so, technically speaking, yes, I'm wearing a blue shirt again. Okay, I get stuck on colors every now and then. This color is very comfortable for me right now. Okay, so anyway, it's where I'm at. Anyway, so my point is I digress. Sorry. My point is that with Maya being more functional on a PC, should and then actually being as functional on a Mac, should they actually charge less on a Mac? Then shouldn't it cost less? There's less. You get less functionality. It's not the same. Yeah, it's the same product. I sound like something else, right? It's not the same. It's the same product, but one has a completely different functionality. I can almost address it to my homosexual rants, right? About homosexuality not having the functionality. So you can't address this whole huge, you can only still address as long as the software isn't written. So, I almost feel like there should be some type of rebate or something for me, and I'm trying to decide who is responsible for the rebate, It's like, okay, so I can't use my whole 11 gigs, but it was Apple who didn't have Snow Leopard on time. But now that they have it, and Maya 2010 is out, or should I get money back from, or would Mac users get money back from Autodesk, since they are not offering the same functionality? So that is just a question that is crossing my mind. And also, while I'm at it, I might as well rant on Apple because I don't like Safari. The only reason why I use it right now is because most of my passwords are in it, and I forgot what they are. So if it ever really goes down, I really would get rid of it. Because if I look at YouTube videos, the YouTube videos on Firefox play immediately and smoothly. On the Mac, Safari just has some redraw problems. It just stutters on the video, and I don't have to do a comparison, but I can show you that, I can do a screen capture. And speaking of the screen capture program on a Mac is nice, but it doesn't allow you to give any size, so you can't just screen capture a certain area. You have to screen capture the whole screen, okay? And also, I can't find a way to change the compression on it. Now that might be my fault, but your files are extremely huge when you screen capture, and it doesn't give you an option to reduce the size. So I have a 30-inch monitor, and so if I screen capture that 30-inch monitor and can't change the compression, then I will have a very huge file for just a few minutes of YouTube, like a couple of gigs. It's terrible. So, Snap-its Pro is much better in that respect with that. So, also, the screen capture is the gamma controls for it is a little dark. So the screen, some of the videos that I post when I do a screen capture is dark. I like the screen capture, it's very good, but it's a bit dark, and there's just no control. It's better than nothing. It's good to have. Also, I was watching on Floor TV where they can track your behavior, and they track your behavior, your activity. They call it behavior marketing, and I think that's really ruthless, and I think it's terrible. But it's really bad because metadata. I have a friend who is in Egypt right now, and it's just sad that, she's taking a photo on the other side of the world, and, they all know where she is and what she did and how many photos she took, because they track the metadata, and it's like tracked through the satellites and put on Google, that sucks, I mean, there should be some hackers or something like that are just, how to strip metadata if you want to protect, your interests. So they're saying, okay, well, we can start marketing towards you, but the marketing and better suit you with marketing. But, if you, write on Facebook that you're going out for a cigarette, then, your health benefits can go up, your health package costs or your premiums or whatever it'll start costing you more money. So, and where does it end? So they do these for advertisers, which obviously shows that they have no integrity, or they don't respect or have no sense of morals, So how does that fall into play? Like if most of my activity is, what information are they going to use? Are they going to look at the moral things that I look on the web, or are they going to look at, some of the questionable, the fact that I like women in pumps and high heels and stuff like that, and nice nylons and stuff like that? What are they going to give that more preference, than they do some of the other things where I'm looking up scripture or something like that, So, all of those, the good, bad, and indifference of being a total human being, it's like they get to sit between what they decide, what represents you. I mean, how, they're not representing me, they're representing what they do for their money or what interest they have in me. So I'm not really happy about that. I'm not happy about, and how far that, if it is immoral, if they and money has no morals per se. It's only the people behind it. So with those cases, at what point do they stop? And who decides? Are they strictly, does Colgate get preference over whoever, Starbright toothpaste? What if it is, I don't have any choice in who I really prefer to have my money. It's like I'm being sold and tagged out like an animal to the highest bidder, and so that really bothers me. And what if there are advertisers, let's say Sony has their artists, and I'm an artist, are you selling information to my competition? So now they can put out my information based on my behavior, my whatever, my activity on my electronic digital activity or research and things like that. They can use that, and you're fueling competition against me. So now they got a movie out, based on all of my habits, or let's say my accent or the way I talk or what I say in my YouTube videos. I just really think that, it's a really bad thing, and that it needs regulation and monitoring, and the fact that because you have the money and the power, it's sad. Are you going to be selling my information to artists that are my competition? So anyway, fix Safari. Lower the price of Maya for Mac until you get it hooked up, or give those people who are purchasing some rebates until you get 64-bit. Apple has always done things. I think Apple paid Autodesk or Alias at the time that it was to produce their product on the or Maya on the Mac. They paid them to come on there. So now that they're on there, pay me for a rebate for not doing it right. Not being equal. Just because it's the same program and it does the same thing, it doesn't do it to its full capacity. God bless you all. Love you all.